well, you know, can you ever have enough tigers? I don't know. We've talked in previous videos about the Takom tiger, putting it up against the RFM tiger. The early has come out now in kind of late spring, early summer in the UK. So I've picked this one up. We're going to have a look at what we got in there. We're not going to go too far into it because I've done these time and time again. We're just going to have a look at the parts that set this apart from the mid and late that's already been released. So all the parts relating to this being an early, and whether there's some bits for initials and some weirdo tigers as well. If you like what can be done with tigers, you can get some initials, some trops, all that sort of thing. Let's see how much of that is in this box. This one's an absolute monster. I can't really fit the box on the bench, so we're going to work around this. I've zoomed the camera out just to see what we got, but it's an absolutely massive box. However, it's not as deep as the other tiger boxes. So if you've got a couple of those, they're kind of weird boxes. They're shorter but deeper. This is more the correct size, but it's absolutely massive. Okay, so as we get back to the instructions, we're going to have a look in this one and see what we've got. So it's the same as a lot of the other tigers. We've got the early version of the tracks, and it's the same thing, unfortunately, for those of you who don't like it. It's got the separate guide horns have to go on. Now, this here, we've got C2, so that's a new sprue. We've got D2. E, I think, is already catered for. We've got P2. Not sure about H. There's E2 there. I think the wheels are different as well, specific for the early. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 9, 10. 10 new sprues that I don't think we've seen in other ones, which is obviously great news because it's all been retooled. Same old thing as we go on through building up generally. Let's see if I can find us some actual specific parts here. So yeah, on the back we've got the commander, well, that's like the antenna for the command version, a spare antenna tube, I think. It's been a little while since I've gone down the rabbit hole on tigers, so do bear with me if I get some things wrong. But we've got a number of different possibilities on the back. I'm pretty sure you don't have that on every single one. That's just, I'm sure that's just for command tigers. So the options we got here is this. Again, when we start getting into the weirdo bits on tigers, you've got these boxes, the fuel tank jerry can holder, or sort of standard layout as well. Lots of things got bolted on and taken off and bolted on during the sort of 42 into 43 period. We've also got some logs by the looks of it as well, which is another thing that happened. So check your references. Something I looked at here, I hope this isn't the case. That looks to me like they're different sizes. And that's only on the initial. It should all be the same size if you're doing an early. And they've got to be different sizes. So you've got Q2.6, Q2.4, Q2.10, Q2.8. We've got the correct track cable layout. I'll have a look at these, but in the diagram they look different sizes, which is great. But that's going back to like initial and trops, as far as I'm aware. Then we've got different setups there as well for the track storage on the front. Got a shovel on there, but again some were different, just depends, so just check your references. Can't see much over there, can't see much on here. We've obviously got the same old stuff. We've got the mesh screens, we've got the copper metal, we've got a metal gun barrel, a copper tow cables and a metal gun barrel. This all looks pretty standard to me. So they haven't got the tow cables going back in the initial layout as an option, so I imagine we've got an initial coming at a later date as well. And probably then even a sort of Tunisian one. We've got the tubes here for the air filtering, FIFO filters. We've got a curious section here as well, which is some Panzer III track, I think, or Panzer IV. And it's slotted into a kind of welded on bit again. That's got to be for a specific Tiger. I mean, they didn't. That's not standard. More fifals going on the back here. We've got both types. So I don't know. I don't know the names, but we've got the ones that are like 2 cylinders, and then we've got the ones that are in a housing. So that's good. So it might be a case again that everything's here. You just got to sort of work your way through to check, make sure everything's in the right spot. Early cupola looks fine to me. Looks like it's in the right position straight off. It would be slightly at an angle, which it is. How many mantlets do you want in your kit? So we've got plenty there. We've got a gun breech as well, which we get in all the kits. What have we got here? So we've got track hangers on the side, which is right, and they're in the right place, I think, looking at it. And we've got a whole load of different stowage bins. They all seem to like to do this. I noticed Border did this. So, yes. Well, pretty much everything is there. So, I mean, you can do your Panzer III turret bin. You can do the one with the weird box on the back. You can do that one, which is like the... they were at Kursk, like that. They're some of the leftovers from the early... Well, they're all a bit odd. They're all a bit different. So lots of options there. Looks like we've actually got markings showing here for these fittings, so you might have to scrape them off. Then we've got the metal gun barrel. Oh yes. No. I thought they'd changed it and this bit was the only metal bit. No, it's either all of this metal or you can do it in plastic. We've got the gun breech there, and then they like to do this as well. We've got some sort of funny little bits here, which is the fifal tubes wrapped together in some netting, which is a nice touch, like a wicker type thing, I think. Some sort of bucket. Always got to have a bucket. And then we've got a mesh screen there as well to go over the top of the turret, I believe. And a few other little bits hanging on there. So it's a nice touch. Adds some interest. Markings, right. Well out of depth here. I haven't looked at these at all or researched them. So we've really got 505 there. Then we've got a Citadel one. It is showing here actually, usefully, the difference in the layout by the looks of it, because that's got the Panzer III or 4 tracks, and then this one's got, neither of these obviously have got the antenna tube. These have got that type of fifal. This has got no fifal and no intake. What are they called? Guards, muffler guards, sort of. Then we've got SS Panzer Regiment 2, 8SS, and what's this one? This is 13SS. And again, that's yet again a different layout with the box. Then we've got another Kursk Tiger, and that's 2 Schweier Panzerjäger Abteilung 505. Then we've got 502, which is yet again a different layout, or similar to some of them. Then this is another classic Kursk. I thought that was a Commander one, S34. So SS Panzer Regiment 2, and that seems to be a lot. So, quite a few extra little bits to have a look at. Now, you're going to have to keep me on my toes in the comments down below as to the nuances and intricacies that make these wheels different to a mid-Tiger. But they are different. It's a different sprue. Now, I know there are differences because people have offered aftermarket in the past, and there's also resin 3D printed versions, but we've got some nice welds around the edge there. That's good stuff. We got Continental, which is about as fine as you could ever possibly want to have that moulded. You've got your spare wheel without the rubber tyre. You've got the inners as well. We've got reverse detail. So yeah, if there's any tiger nuts down there, you have to let me know what makes these different to the others, and if they look correct. I expect it's something to do with the sort of hubcap down here, or the bolts, or the way it's laid out. Then we have the sprue with 6, yes, 6 mantlets. And they still don't seem to have the prototype one, which has just got the single hole. Or I might be wrong, that might be the prototype one. It's been a long time. I'm going to get myself in trouble here. It's been a long time. Forgive me. I'm in between tigers at the minute. So there's the start of a turret bin as well, and a few other little oddities. I don't actually have any idea what that is. Presumably building up the side of these turret bins. So that's T2. Then we've got E2. Try and clear the back of the screen, apologies. So then we've got E2, which has got the cupola sort of strangely folded over. So it's out here on its own. So I won't bend that out. But we've got the smaller jack by the looks of it. Again, we've got actually printed name detail there. Unbelievable stuff. Look at the crispness of that padlock and those clasps. Who needs photo etch when you can mould like that? Oh, brilliant. Look at that. Spare tracks with the actual track pin for it. Obviously these are for a mid. Are they even look a bit small to me? They might even be transport tracks. Just can't quite get my eye in there. But they're a really nice touch for, yeah, well, they'll be in the spares box if you're building an early. Yeah, nice lot of stuff on there. Some very crude Zimmerit there. Maybe that's something to come down the road. I won't get this one out, but this is C2 wrapped in with H. So we've already seen H before, but C2 has yet another mantlet and a few other slightly different bits. And it's got complete side fenders there, which are actually the same size. So we've got them anyway. There you can see they're the same size and not individual. And again, not a great deal to see here, just a duplicate sprue, 2 Y2s, got jerry cans, panzer-free tracks, different sprocket, hub there, you know, small little bits, anti-personnel launchers there as well. So here's a big bundle of sprues that are in one bag. So this is Q2, so this has got those fenders. So we've got both types, so that's the good news. There's the ones that are the shorter, and they go at the front. These are more seen on initials, and then you've got different side plates for them as well. And you've got your track cable on this. Now I think that's correct for all earlies. Or, you know, the majority, apart from the weirdos, as I said before. Then we've got what Takom like to do is offering us some options. We've got covers there for across the turret. These wrapped up, these are the FIFO air filter tubes. A few other little bundles of cloth. And then a whole abundance of tool bins. A couple of different loaders hatches. Again, nice welds there. Excuse me, look at that. God. Very unusual looking loaders hatches them, unless I haven't built an early for a long time. They seem a bit odd looking to me. Again, in the comments below please. And we've got the smoke launchers, smoke grenade launchers, and they have got reverse detail there as well, because there's a bit of wiring that goes on with them. So there is a good amount different in this box. It's worth getting if you've got the others, because you're getting an awful lot of sprues that are different with different parts on to what you get in your mid and lates. There's the sort of more usual type loaders hatch. We've got a whole roof again. Look at that weld detail going around there. Fantastic stuff. Molded on tool clamps that are getting so good. I mean, all I do is just slightly scrape them out with a scalpel, but you're getting to the point where you don't even need to do that. You know, that's plenty good enough, isn't it? Gone are the days of photo etch tool clamps. Don't even need the dreaded 3D printed ones either, which are as brittle as anything. More whale detail along there. Of course, we've got a turret roof. And as we start to wind this up now, you can see this has got a lot of early features as well. So we've got different plates there on the front. The name escapes me. Glacis plate, is it? Let's just call it the front plate. Two different ones. This has got the guides for putting on those track hangers for the Panzer III, Panzer IV tracks. We've got the fifals there as well, which are moulded as one bit, and you just put the bottom on, or top, I think it's the bottom. Look at that, again, more detail on the... Oh, these are different. It is different. Cool. I got it backwards. Nope, it is the same. Just on there, it looks very much the same. But this has got nice, look at that. All these little details. That's the one I'd pick. It's just different. Got a bit of textile wrapped around it, a bit of cloth. Great stuff. There we go, all looking very good. Nice detail there on the fifal tubes as well. I thought I'd get these out, but I think they're the same. Can't see a lot of difference there to the turret and the hull. Again, great detail. Nice crisp mouldings. Well, there we go. That's the Tiger 1 early production from Takom. Looks like it's got a lot of interest there, and again it looks like we might even have initials coming down the way, as well as possibly others. So a Tunisian type, you could have a Tunisian boxing and an initial boxing, but I personally would probably put the two together. It makes sense in my mind. But there we are, that's the first early from Takom, and quite a lot of options there are. So again, what an amazing kit for a really good price. What, I can't remember what I paid for it. I get a slight discount where I get it from, but it's under £40. You've got everything you need. You've got all the photo etch you want to put on a Tiger like this. If you can stomach the tracks, then you've got accurate tracks out of the box, but there's a little bit of work there. Metal gun barrel, copper tow cables, all the detail you could ever want. No need to add welds, no need to add much detail. Tool clamps are moulded on. Top stuff. You know, 9 out of 10 for me. It would be 10 if it wasn't for the complexity of the tracks. I don't know if they could get around it any other way, personally. But it's a high 9 out of 10 for me on Tigers. Let me know in the comments down below all the bits I got wrong, all the bits I gave different names to, and all the bits I missed that you saw on the sprues. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And we'll be bringing this one to you in some time, but it's definitely on the build list. So, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.